Howdy out there in YouTube land, this here's your buddy Bishop Big Country, fixing to shoot straight with y'all. Well, I'm just going to give y'all a little information about what's been going on the past few weeks. As y'all know, I've been in Kentucky, just going to give y'all a little overview of that. And toward the end of the video, I'm going to share something personal with y'all that I feel like the Lord's telling me to put out there, so I hope y'all enjoy. As y'all know, for the past 2.5 weeks, I've been down there at Bethel Mennonite Camp, a wonderful place. It's where I gave my life to the Lord, not actually at the camp, but my church was having a homecoming on the camp property. And it was there that I reckon I seen, for the second time, seen the light of day, so it's always good to go down there and revisit. I've been working on a documentary that just got published today, and that really took a lot out of me, so I'm kind of taking it easy for the next few days. Editing more difficult than it seems to a lot of people. But yeah, we had a really good time. As I said, I've been down there for 2 weeks. We had homecoming, and I hung around the camp to do some filming for the documentary, among other things, and I got to visit with some of my family, my mom, my dad, and other members of my family. Got to go see my stepdad and such. You know, it was just a altogether good time. Now, toward the end here, I'm fixing to shoot straight with y'all about something. As y'all know, Bishop Big Country here ain't too much of an educated fella. I don't have no fancy high school diploma or GED or anything. I'm a high school dropout, just that simple. And, but ever since I was little, I always wanted to go into ministry, and someone told me I should do a online correspondence class, and I've been looking for them for about 2 or 3 days now. And they all require you to have some kind of GED or high school diploma, and I don't have either, and I was feeling really depressed. So I turned on a video that I usually watch. It's on YouTube. It's a bunch of Bible verses all put together in a certain way to where it sounds like it's a letter from God, and it always makes me feel better. And in the other room, I had my radio playing, and a song by the Easter Brothers came on, and the song said, Lord, I've been faithful in the service you have given. And you know, I started thinking, because whenever I heard that song, plus that video combined, a verse came up, I believe it was in Matthew, and it stated, I provide all your needs. And I was thinking, just through that whole time, that God really provides. I don't need to do anything else other than doing my best. And I don't need any kind of fancy papers in order to live my life and do what God needs me to do. Now, that doesn't mean that if you have an opportunity to go get an education, go ahead and do it. It'll make things a lot easier on you. Take my word on it. But, if you don't feel like you have that ability, y'all don't fret about it. I mean, it's just that simple. Now, you'll have preachers out there tell you the exact opposite of what I'm fixing to tell you, but God had to take Moses and put him in the desert years to uneducate him before he could use him. Now, boys, I call it like I see it. It's just that simple. But as I was sitting there and listening to that song, as I said, it said, Lord, I've been faithful in the service you have given. And it said that right when that verse came on the video on YouTube. For, as I said, I believe it was in Matthew, but I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that. It is something along the lines of, I provide all your needs. And a thought went back to when I was at Oakdale and we were doing the Happy Church ministry. And I remember there's this little boy came up to me, basically said, I want to become a Christian. And I took him outside there at the little warehouse they had down there at the Happy Church, and I led him in the sinner's prayer. Now, that little boy grew up in, it was in the same conditions I grew up in. We grew up in the same trailer court I grew in, up the road there on Browntown. So, you know, it really meant a lot to me. And I started thinking that, I think the reason I may have appealed to that boy is because somehow he sensed, and he knew just by maybe the way I talked, or he had seen me before in the trailer park, that I knew what he was going through. And that just really touched me, especially when there's nothing, no piece of paper, no type of education, no GED, no certificate or anything that can bring you a moment like that in your life. Only experience. Now, as I said, I'm not trying to put down education, but I'm going to go as far out there to say is that if you don't feel like you have that ability, the Lord will provide. Now, I'm going to get a lot of harassment for this from my peers, but I'm doing what the Lord's telling me to do, so. Remember, boys, this has been your buddy Bishop Big Country. I love you, and the Lord loves you, and y'all be sure to keep me in prayer. Remember, there's been Bishop Big Country. The Lord loves you, and I love you. I pray that the Lord touches you in a mighty way. I pray that He makes His face smile upon you. I love y'all.